Hey guys, today we are making a very short video. I just want to show you guys how to understand your measuring tape. Okay, so this applies to you even if you make tailoring content, or you make clothes, you make leather products, bags, shoes, whatever, because you need to also be able to calculate your allowances and all of that. Okay, so this is a very simple method, very easy for you to be able to understand your measuring tape. Okay, this is a flexible measuring tape. This is actually a little old. This is an old one. Unfortunately, I didn't have a new one to do this. Okay, so when you get your measuring tape, it's folded. It comes a little bit more packaged, or a lot more packaged than this. And here, the side where you can see these very bold writings and numbers. This is the inches, and it goes up to 60. Okay, it goes up to 60 inches. Okay, so from 1 to 60, this is the inches. And then when you turn, you see these ones with the smaller numbers on it. This is the centimeters. Okay, so depending on what you want to do, you can decide to use your centimeters, or you can decide to use inches, okay, for your measurement. You can't use both. You can't be using inches and then switch to centimeters in the middle of what you're doing. Okay, you have here, this is going to be the beginning of your tape. Usually there's a sort of a metal binding thing always here. When I buy, I always remove it because sometimes they are not placed properly. Okay, so don't feel like it's another kind of tape. It is still the same, just without the metal top binding there. So here we're going to assume here is 0, and then you see this one that goes all the way, the line that goes all the way, that is 1 inch. And then you have 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, like that. And then if you also study your tape, you will note that you have very little lines. Okay, you have small lines, lines that reach the middle, lines that do not reach, they're just a little bit bigger. You have different sizes of the lines. Okay, so what we will have to do now, at this top here, we're going to assume that here is 0. Okay, we assume that there is a line here, a line that looks just like this, and that it is 0. Okay, so this is 0, and then inside of 0 to where this first line goes across, you have a number of lines inside, smaller lines inside. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 smaller lines inside. So between 0 inch to 1 inch, we have 7 lines in the middle inside of it. Okay, and then this one that goes all the way across, which marks your 1 inch mark or line, this one makes the 8th line. So you count the 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Okay, so this is how it is. Now if you want to understand how this is done, you can, let's get a sheet of paper for this. Okay, so remember I said this beginning is 0. Okay, and then this one, because you have 8 lines within your 1 inch mark, this is 0. You can say that's just 0. And then this one, the one that comes after 0, will be 1/8. Okay, I'm showing you 2 different methods. This is one method, 1/8. The second one that comes is 2/8. The third one, 3/8. The fourth one, 4/8. The fifth one is 5/8. The sixth is 6 over 8. The seventh one is 7 over 8. And then this one that goes all the way across is 8 over 8. So basically, all of these represent the smaller lines that are inside. And the reason why it is over 8 is because, again, the reason why it's over 8 is because we have 8 lines to mark an inch. Okay, so for instance, you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 inches. Okay, so that is why it is over 8, because overall we have 8 inches that makes up one. We have 8 lines, beg your pardon, we have 8 lines that make up 1 inch. Okay, that is why you have the denominator as 8. So for the ones that are the numerator, am I saying that correctly? I hope I am. The digits on top are they represent each mark, each line. Okay, that's how we have from 1 to 8. Now, a little bit of maths here. We are going to try and make this to the simplest fractions that we can. So 1 over 8, we have 0 still. 1 over 8, nothing cancels anything, so we still have 1 over 8. 2 over 8, 2 can cancel itself once and then go into 8 4 times. So for the second line, we have 1 over 4. And then for the third line, nothing can cancel here, so we still have 3 over 8. For the fourth one, we have 4 can go into itself once and go into 8 twice. So we have 1 over 2. This, I'm just going to mark this because this is kind of important to speak about. And then for the fifth one, nothing cancels out. We still have 5 over 8. And then for the sixth one, 6 can go into 8, so we can just say 2. So 2 goes into 6. 3 times goes into 8 4 times. So we have 3 over 4. And then 7 can't do anything, so we have 7 over 8. And then for 8 over 8, we know that is 1. 8 cancel here, we have 1. So this is also important. Now the reason why I say it's important, remember that this first one is 0, so we have 0 here, and then this is 1 over 8. This, which is 2 over 8, becomes 1 over 4, and then this is still 3 over 8. Now this one that is a little bit longer than the rest of the lines, this is the middle. Okay, this is half of what would be your inch. This would be what's half of an inch, so that is why we have half here. Okay, 1 over 2, which is half. It represents this fourth line. So, and then we have 5 over 8. We have the sixth line, which will also be 3 over 4. And then we have the seventh one, and of course we have the whole inch over here, right? So this is one way to look at it. Let's call this method 1. So this is one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is same thing. Okay, so we have 0 here, but instead of doing over 8, we're going to pair them. Okay, and by pairing them, we'll have, this is 0, this part is 0, and then we don't count the first one, we count the second one, and then this becomes 1 over 4. Okay, to make it easier, let's say You don't count the first one, you count every second line within your inch. Okay, the first method we counted every line, which gave us 8. Now if you are counting every second line within your inch, it's going to give you 4. Let's try it out. So we have 0, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, and then we have 4. Okay, so what we have to do, instead of using 8 as the denominator, now we're going to be using 4 because we're counting every second line, right? So we're going to have 0, we're going to have 1 over 4, which marks the first second line, and then we're going to go over and have 2 over 4, which is this one. We're going to go and we're going to have 3 over 4, and then we're going to have 4 over 4. Okay, so just like we did for the first one, we make it to the simplest fraction. 1 over 4 remains 1 over 4. We have 0, 1 over 4. We have 2. 2 cancels itself. So we have 1 over 2. This, we have 3 over 4. And then we have 4 over 4, which equals 1. So again, we have 0. And then we have 1 over 4 here. We have 1 over 2. Because it has to be that middle. Okay, it is the middle, so it's going to be half of an inch. So you can either do denominator 8 or denominator 4. You will still end up with half in the middle. Okay, so and then we have 3 over 4 here, and then we have 1 whole inch. Now this is method 2. If you notice, we still have our 1 over 4 here. So basically this is our the lines that we aren't counting. So we have 1 over 4 still. We have half. We're not counting this. We have half, half of the inch. We're not counting this. We have 3/4 of an inch, right? We still have that. We're not counting this, and then we count 1. So this is basically how it is. I'm going to try this out on a bigger paper so that I'm actually able to explain exactly what I mean. So I basically just took our tape and replicated it here up to 3 inches. Okay, so again we have 0, right? This is our starting point is always 0. We have 0. I'm going to use the first method first. This is the first method. So we have 1 over 8 because we have 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 lines that make up 1 inch. Okay, 8 lines that make up 1 inch. If you go again, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is another inch. So for the first one, we're going to do 1 over 4. We're going to do 1 over 8. We're going to do 2 over 8 over here. We're going to do, this is a little messy. Let me do it on the, so we have 1 over 8 here. We have 2 over 8 here. 3 over 8, 4 over 8, 5 over 8, 6 over 8, 7 over 8, and then we have 8 over 8 here, which is our full one. And then if you make it simple, we still have 1 over 8 still. This becomes 1 over 4. 3 over 8 still. This becomes 1 over 2, which is half of an inch excuse me. 5 over 8 still remains. 6 over 8 becomes 3 over 4. 7 over 8 becomes 1. 8 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 9 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 10 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 11 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 12 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 13 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 14 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 15 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 16 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 17 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 18 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 19 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 20 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 21 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 22 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 23 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 24 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 25 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 26 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 27 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 28 over 8 becomes 1 over 4. 29 over 8 becomes inch. Okay, so this one is for the first method. Now let's do it for the second method. Okay, for the second method, this first one we do not count. We count here as 1 over 4. We don't count the other one. Here is 2 over 4. We do not count this one. Here is 3 over 4. We do not count this. And here is 4 over 4. Okay, and to simplify this still remains 1 over 4. This becomes 1 over 2. This is still 3 over 4. And then this becomes another inch, which makes it 2 inches. Okay, so this is for the first method, this is for the second method, right? So you can decide to choose whatever kind of method I want to use. If you are the kind of person that can start doing decimal points and all of that, you can as well go into this on a decimal level. Okay, let's just call that the third method. So if you can do the decimal points, if you can calculate the decimal points and everything, go ahead and try it out. Before, I used to do it, and some of the people under me still do it as 1 inch, half an inch, or they'll say half an inch, 1 inch, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8. That is not correct. The only thing correct there is the inch and the half. Okay, so this helps you to know whatever you're measuring. Let's say we're measuring this whole piece of um paper or carton or cardboard here, and then we want to measure something. Okay, so you see it starts from here and I'm measuring it all the way here. See where it is stopping. What do you call this? Before, some people will say it's 12.6. It is not. Okay, so in cases like this, you can go in with your first method, and then this becomes 12, 5 over 8. So when you're doing it, you know what you're doing. So it comes 12. We have 12 here. We have 12 1 over 8, 12 2 over 8, 12 3 over 8, 12 4 over 8, 12 5 over 8, right? We do it all the way to get to 13. So this way you are able to get your exact measurement. And also, if you want to add an allowance, you can make your exact allowance. You know exactly what to put, know how to put it. If you're using centimeters, I guess centimeters just counts up to 10, and you can go ahead to use centimeters, but do not use centimeters and then in the middle you switch to inches, or do not use inches and then in the middle you switch to centimeters. Okay, so I hope this video was actually helpful. And something else, if we could discuss in the comment section, doing when you're making leather crafts, sorry, I have come to realize that we are able to dabble into some other aspects of creativity or crafts, or some other forms of crafts like this. Some people might say, it's just for people that sew, fabrics, tailors, fashion designers. It is not. As long as you are measuring, it is important that you know what you are doing and you do it correctly. Okay, so it is not, we do all of it. Okay, we sew too, don't we? There are some patterns, there are some designs that require you to sew. We actually sew too. Okay, so do not think that, oh, this is not for me, or this doesn't relate, or this whatever. It does. Okay, if you are into leather crafts, you will know that there's a lot of things there, mechanical, um um fashion, a little bit of fashion designing, color grade, whatever. Everything is fused into making leather crafts. So I just wanted to go on here to explain this to you. I hope you find this helpful, because I had a hard time with it, and I wish I had someone that could have put me through. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.